why this stuff is happening. I just put a post out a little bit ago regarding psych drugs, pharmaceutical companies, as well as refined sugars and carbohydrates, and school shootings. So every single seminar I give in person, I talk about the correlation between psych drugs, sugar, aggressive behavior, suicidal thoughts, etc., and school shootings. There hasn't been a school shooting yet where there wasn't a psych drug involved. But I got beat up a little bit regarding sugar. So I have to explain that a little bit. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go off my opinion of what it is, even though I know exactly what's going on. I'm going to show you a couple of things, because what I'm finding in the world of Facebook, social media, is no one wants to do the research. And it really is as simple as jumping on Google or whatever search engine you want and start researching things that come from real sources that will tell you this is what's happening. So psych drugs are absolutely correlated to school shootings. It's happening all the time. Big pharma, prescription drugs, absolutely. And refined carbs. Now, why refined carbs? Well, refined carbs and sugar. I'm going to show you something on camera here. Okay, you can go look this up. This is a PET scan done on a brain. Sugar and cocaine. They light up the same brain centers because cocaine is very close to refined carbohydrates or sugar. It's that addictive, and it makes your body and your brain essentially shut down. Now, this lights up the dopamine centers. Obviously, you can see. So when someone tells you that it's addictive and it makes you do things, this is the proof. This is scientific evidence. This is a PET scan showing the brain centers lit up. They keep you addicted. That's sugar. That's aggressive behavior. That's the same exact thing. If you love sugar, you're a drug addict. It's that simple, okay? And keep in mind, I used to be that way. I was just as bad. When I was in my mid-20s, they put me on Zoloft and Adderall. I took them for a day. I got high. I've never been high before in my life. I've never done a street drug in my life. But I was high on those medications. I took myself off after a day. If you're on those medications, do not take yourself off. You can't do it like that. I was only on it for a day, so it was only in my bloodstream for a short period of time, and I could do that. But this is how dangerous they are. Now, I want to show you something else. This is straight from the FDA's website. I'll actually put the link in the comments below after this. So this is a medication guide. Now, I circled a couple things there you can't read. I'm going to read them out to you. This is a medication guide straight from the FDA, their drug board. Antidepressant medicines may increase suicidal thoughts or actions in some children, teenagers, and young adults within the first few months of treatment. Depression and other serious mental illnesses are the most important causes of suicidal thoughts and actions. Some people may have a particularly high risk of having suicidal thoughts or actions. And this tells you what to do if you see somebody and what they're actually dealing with. And it tells you everything the medication is doing to them and how dangerous technically the medication is. This is literally off the FDA. I will put the link to the FDA website in the comments below. So, am I serious about this? Absolutely. Do refined carbs also help people act irrational? Absolutely. If you notice, school children aren't doing well on tests. They aren't doing their homework. They're not paying attention. People are getting in trouble. And then we have these school shootings every what? It used to be like once a month, once every few months. It's happening over and over. We are medicating our kids at a skyrocketing rate. They're eating trash. If you haven't figured out, the food system is garbage. Everyone has a nervous system that is completely in sympathetic mode. If you don't know what that means, it means fight or flight. Okay, everyone is stressed out to the max. Our society is probably the most stressed society we've ever had in the history of this civilization. So you have these kids going to school. Now keep in mind, I'm an adult. You're an adult out there. How long can you sit in a given day? Well, I stand all day because I don't like sitting because I like to be active. Yet you're forcing these kids in a public school with 4 walls around them to sit for 6 to 8 hours a day. They've taken away home ec, they've taken away physical education, they've taken away art, they've taken away music, everything. And now you want them to sit there, and then you're going to test the crap out of them on standardized tests, which mean nothing. and you wonder why the school system is falling apart. And then you're giving them mental health screenings on a daily basis to see if they're ADD or ADHD, which are completely scam diagnoses. And then on top of that, you're drugging them and you're forcing mass vaccinations on them. And you wonder why their brain is not functioning between all the chemicals you're injecting into them, all the medications we're pumping them with, and then giving them Ritalin, Adderall, Zoloft, you name it, and then adding to that a horrible school lunch, as well as refined carbs, morning, lunch, and dinner. And you wonder why this is happening. So am I a little pissed off? I'm a lot pissed off. And so should you be too, because it's happening right in front of your eyes. So I think there was 17 plus kids killed today in Florida. Again, I have not gone through the whole story. I try to stay away from some of the news. I just know that it happened. I'm not reading into it. All I know is I got a little beat up earlier because I said refined carbs. It's okay to say psych drugs, yet no one's doing anything about it. And today I also said refined carbs, and everyone says, oh, well, what if they had some pizza? It's not about that. The point is their brain is melting down. We have quote unquote mental health issues skyrocketing, but it's not mental health issues. It's a destruction of the human body, of the human brain, and they can't think. Their brain is not functioning anymore. And then on top of that, now their brain is not functioning because of food and subluxations in the spine because their nervous system is in fight or flight mood constantly. And then on top of that, we drug them. When you have kids coming into an office that are on several drugs, from everything from cholesterol at 10 years old, high cholesterol, to all these psych drugs, you're going to have problems and kids are dying and it's becoming a major catastrophe. So don't jump on me when I put something in a Facebook post because you don't know how nutrition works or you don't know how the spine works and these kids are being destroyed. We must save our civilization. It's that simple. Okay? Get a hold of this, get on top of this, know what's going on in your kid's life. You know, people call me crazy because my child is never entering the public education system and probably not entering private education system because in Florida and nationally, most likely soon, they're trying to do mandatory vaccination registrations. They're controlling every single thing that happens to you. And then the schools get paid for doing mental health screenings. This is a major problem. It's out of control. And if we don't do something about it, we're going to lose our kids. It's that simple. Is it scary? It's absolutely scary. Is that confrontational? Is that polarization? Absolutely, because it's true. That's what's happening. If you haven't noticed, you're losing your rights and you have to fight back for them and you have to know where it's coming from. It's not just coming from government, it's coming from pharmaceutical companies, it's coming from the medical industrial complex that's actually prescribing all these things. There's no diagnosis tests or diagnostic tests for mental health issues. There's not. They can't prove the biochemical issue. So all they do is they take some symptoms out of a book that they all agreed on and they categorize your child or even you as an adult for that. And that's how they drug you up. So unlike cholesterol, where maybe they take a blood test and they find out, hey, high cholesterol, let's bring it down. They don't do that with mental health. They make you fill out a little questionnaire, which I've done before when I was in my mid-20s. I filled out a little 10 question, multiple choice questionnaire. And I ranked, when I was done with it, I ranked in the 98th percentile of quote unquote ADD, ADHD. And they put me on Zoloft and Adderall. Today, I'm on no drugs because there is no ADD. There is no ADHD. That's called refined carbs, hijacking your brain and not letting you operate correctly. And then mental health screenings turn into drugging your kids. So if you want to do something about it, start doing something about it, but you have to research. It's as simple as going onto Google. Literally, I looked up antidepressants, suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts. I looked up sugar and cocaine to your brain, which are the same thing. See that? Same brain centers. And then again, I will drop this link below, which is the FDA's own words, the medication guide showing antidepressants lead to suicidal thoughts and homicidal tendencies. I will almost guarantee you that when this comes out, the toxicology report, if they publish it, this kid or whoever was involved on at least one psych drug and prescription medications. That simple. So leave your comments in the bottom. I'm ranting, so I'm not even looking at them. It's happening. I'm not going to go into false flags tonight because that's a whole other thing, but they're trying to gain control. They want control of everybody and the kids, and we have to fight back. So Dr. Jason Dean, Health Hero, signing off. Leave comments. I'll drop that link in below. And take care of your kids. Educate yourself. Get out of ignorance. We have to move forward from this insane time we're in, where we decide that people shouldn't eat real food, they shouldn't get adjusted, they shouldn't see natural health care practitioners, and that they should just be drugged out of their mind. And we're losing everyone because they think they should be drugged out of their mind. And we've made prescription medications a norm now. It's okay to be on a drug. It's okay to get a surgery. And it's not. That is not how we're made. It's not how we're designed. Our bodies are smarter than that. So take care of yourself. Learn as much as you can. Ask questions if you want. Be well. Stay healthy. Signing off. Talk to you guys soon.